little bit better cross CC could come up to them, deny some of the peels with Turn Evil on the Warlock Pet, Hex on him with the stun on the Druid. There's a triple fear coming out. The Druid is stuck into that. Looks like they're going to go hard on Jpeg, down to 33% already. He has to trinket. There's an AMZ going down to 10% HP. He gets knocked off. There's a Hellstone Battlemaster as well, taking so much damage in that opener. They're going to swap it right over to the Druid. All his pre-outs have fallen off. He's into a full Conquo. There is the Barkskin. He already used the silence. Nice fear from Jpeg, peeling them off. He's going to be able to get these full hots up on himself. He's pre-hotting Warlock as well, knowing that he's probably going to be the target here. The DK is sticking to the Warrior for now. He's down to about 6% HP, but the Paladin's going to be able to top him off. And it looks like they just want to go back on that Druid. There's the Flame Shock onto him. There's the Shockwave. But, Jpeg now is back into being the target. He's down to 50% HP already. He's taking so much damage here. It's crazy. The Warrior's not even on him. He does jump down, trying to avoid some of that damage. He's going to get topped back off. But once again, they're going to swap it right back to Druid. No pre-hots. He has no Barkskin for this one. He knows he has to Trinket. Trinkets right away. Trinkets that concussive blow into a Silence, though, into the Shockwave. He's into tree form. 40% HP. Taking so much damage. He has no Barkskin. He's going to need a lot of peels here from Jpeg. He does kill the Tremor Totem. Gets a Fear onto that Shaman. Really nice job by him. But there's a Silence on the Druid, so there's still lots of pressure coming out. They're going to swap back onto Jpeg, though, down to about 60% HP. Ports back up top. And just so much pressure coming out with this Lust.
Yep, and you can see that the difference from Velsus and other druids is that he actually had 2 Blooms, Rejuve, and Wild Growth on the Warlock once they went back on him, so there wasn't a lot of pressure on him, and he just poured it like right away. Instead of waiting until he went low, he's poured away from the damage.
Yep, he's preventing that damage really well by using that early port, getting the cooldown rolling. So really, really nice job. And also, as you said, Velsus doing a great job anticipating a swap back to him as soon as he gets away, having his pre-hots up. So now they're in quite a good position. The portal cooldown should be coming back up, and he's up top. He's just hop down below, knowing that he's not going to be able to be chased. They probably will swap to Druid, though. Yep, there's a conk blow onto the Druid as soon as Jpeg dropped down. He's going to have to port back up to peel for his team. He does get a Howl there. There's a PvP Trinket and a Tremor from the Shaman. Lots of damage coming into the Druid. He's down to 20% HP. He's in so much trouble here. Pops the Hellstone. He's just trying to get away. Gets a Swiftman, topping himself back up. But the DK now taking so much damage from this Prot Warrior. Down to about 50% HP, 40% HP. Taking tons and tons of damage. There's just crazy pressure coming out from this team. There's an Icebound Fortitude and an AMS used at the same time. He knows he has to relieve some of this pressure. And now they're just going to put it right back out of the Druid. He's Shockwave. There's a Barkskin. But both the Paladin and the Shaman are down to about 50% HP. The Druid, though, down to about 30% HP, taking so much damage. He really needs to get away. Gets another Swiftman off. He's coming back, pre-hotting his Warlock, knowing they might be able to swap to him. The Paladin now down to about 10% HP. Gargoyle's out on him. He does get himself top back up a little bit, but he's going to need to try to get away behind the pillar and heal himself up here.
Yep, the Paladin did get a good fear on that Gargoyle right there, so he couldn't spam those Gargoyle strikes into him, which is doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, there's so much damage coming out from them now. I think that the Shadowcleave has stabilized somewhat. They're going to be in a pretty good position. We have Velsus looking really good. He's up top. He's in a great position, knowing that they're going to have to use a lot of cooldowns just to even get to him to swap. He's keeping pre-hots up on both the DPS. As you can see, Life Blooms on both, looking really good. Jpeg, once again, portals up early, just avoiding that damage, knowing that you shouldn't wait till late. You can stop all the damage so you can stay offensive. So, he's going to get full dots on this Pally from up top. Looks like the DK is going to be wanting to connect onto him. Yep. There's Sacred Shield put on the Pally. I believe he did fake that Mind Freeze, so he should be okay here. Nice Hodge on the DK, able to get himself away with that freedom. So good job denying that swap. He's going to be able to get up here and top himself up. He does have pretty good mana here, so both of them are looking pretty good. They're going to go right back on the Druid, though. His free hots did fall off in that. He's silenced and stunned right now. He did get the Barkskin up first, but he might still go down anyway. There's a PvP Trinket as the Shockwave comes, but he toes down. Wow.
That damage is incredible. They did actually stun him and silence him at the same time, so he couldn't Barkskin, which might have won him the game right there.
He did actually get the Barkskin up before the silence, so he died through the Barkskin. Yep. He just miscalculated a little bit, and that was able to cost him the game.
Yep. It's really hard to actually know beforehand if you need to Trinket or not against those bursty classes.
Yep, there is, once again, the same start. Fear onto the Druid right away. He's going to trigger that this time, though. Try to keep his Warlock topped off. Goes Demon Armor immediately, knowing he could be in trouble. But they're going to be looking for a swap onto Velsus here. He did use his PvP Trinket instantly, so they're going to look for a swap on him. He's got to be careful. He's pre-hotting himself, knowing that could happen. Lots of damage coming in on the DK, though. They just seem to be able to dip anything they want at will. Purge is coming out from this Shaman. He's taking a little bit of damage, but really the pressure is so much more from this Ellie Shaman team.
Yep, definitely.
Here comes the swap onto Velsus. He's into the conk blow. There's a good peel with the gnaw from this DK. There's a shockwave following it back up. It looks like those pre-hots are going to be enough for now to keep him high. Yeah, he does live through all that, not using his trinket or his bark skin, so really good job of judging the damage that time. And good job from Jpeg breaking up the Ellie Shaman's damage. So, you know, the Ellie Shaman, though, is turning now into Jpeg. He's taking a ton of damage. You know, I feel like Velsus maybe should just be moving across the bridge here, trying to swap his position, you know, move to the other side of the map, because he's just such a good swap target. He goes for that clone, does get shield bashed on it, and this is what I'm talking about. Now he's in trouble. He gets shield bashed into the Conclo. There's Barkston going up, but it's a little bit late. Ellie Shaman damage is coming in. There's a shockwave out of that. There's a nice defensive AMZ from the DK. A good howl with the Tremor dead from Jpeg, but Velsus is still in so much trouble. You know, he just needs to just not make himself a good swap target. He needs to be on the other side of the map. They need to reposition themselves here, I think. Jpeg now, though, going down about 50% HP. Can't port because he is silenced. He's already used his Hellstone. Just trying to get some damage out on this pally, turn things around a little bit, but it looks like the Power Warrior is content to go right onto Velsus, down to 40% HP, 30% HP. Does he have to trigger this? He might not have it. He's down to 10% HP. Is he going to get silence out of that? There's a silence. There comes the NS and the Hellstone. 10% HP. He's into tree form. He's trying to get away, but he's still silenced. He's taking so much damage.
Yeah, as you said, he really needs to get away from the warrior here. The warrior can use swap to him whenever he wants, doesn't even need to use a charge.
Yeah, the DK now is in a lot of trouble, though. He's at 30% HP. The Ellie Shaman is down to 40%. Nice fear onto the Paladin, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. There's a full Hodge. Oh, wow, beautiful instant Devour on that Hodge from Jpeg. That's a really top-level play. There was almost no global even that he lost there.
Yep.
Yeah, he is going for the clones. He does get a clone onto that Ellie Shaman. Kosticka now taking a lot of damage. Pally's down pretty low as well. You can see Shadow Cleave starting to get some momentum. The Pally knows that. He's going to bubble here to try to top his team back off. Let them go back offensive, so that's a pretty good choice from him. He does top both himself and the warrior back off, so they're going to go on the offensive. There's a full fear onto Velsus. He has no trinket for it. Jpeg's in a lot of trouble. He does jump down. He's at 40% HP. He's going under the bridge, LOSing that Ellie Shaman really smart. He's actually going to bandage himself back up. That's pretty cute. He gets some hots. Velsus did jump down with him, but he's in a lot of trouble now. There's a silence. He's at 50% HP. He does have pre-hots, though, so he should be okay here. It looks like the Ellie Shaman can't connect. DK doing a good job peeling him. I would love to see Velsus now, you know, instead of going for those roots, get back up top, stay max range. Don't give them an opportunity to swap to you, because that's what they're going for.
Yep, if you manage to get up top as Druid when the other team is downstairs, you're in a really good position. You can stand up there, throw those hots out, and he's not going to be in a position for a swap.
Yeah, he is conk-blowed, though, into Shockwave. Ellie Shaman was connecting there. He had a Swiftman, got a nice crit, so he's able to top himself back off. But, I think he's being too offensive this game. You know, maybe his aggressive nature is getting the best of him. Because as you can see, he's not moving far away from this warrior. The warrior just walks right up the ramp back to him. I feel like he could have been travel forming on the other side of the map already. But, it's not what he's deciding to do. He's just playing it really offensive here. And I guess that's his decision.
Yeah, I agree. He should really be abusing those 40Rs, staying out of range of charge and instep, staying out of range of the Shaman.
Yep, the warrior once again just able to swap to him as soon as the warlock jumps off because he's right on top of him. There's a conk blow followed by a shockwave. Elemental shaman damage coming in so big. There's a silence on him out of that. Looks like he will be okay here. There was a lock onto the Ellie Shaman, preventing some of that damage coming in. He does top himself off pretty easily here, so he's okay for now. Jpeg's going to pour it up, relieve some of that damage. So pretty good job from him. He's just going to be casting on them from up top. Really good position from Jpeg here, knowing what he has to do. And the DK, though, down to 50% HP. They're just, hitting whatever they want. DK is into a shockwave. He has to trigger that and AMS. AMS is lava burst that would have surely killed him, so really good decision there, knowing that he has to do that. The Pally now, though, feared. He did use his Hodge there, but he's stuck in a full fear. He's at half HP. I don't believe he has a bubble, but a nice flashlight crit there. Tops him back off, and it looks like they're going to go back onto Velsus.
Yeah, he does pop his wings right there, and he freedoms himself. He does still have his trinket, but yeah, he does trinket that at Death Clone. He's going to run away with his freedom, which... The DK's actually trying to stick on him, but he's getting away because of that freedom.
Yeah, he's using his freedoms quite well. Velsus does get a root onto the warrior there. Actually got reflected. It's a nice reflect by him, but he did have a clone onto the Ellie Shaman. He's trying to do his best to CC them and allow them to go on that Paladin. Velsus is now doing a bit better job, I think, staying away. He's down below with Jpeg. He's pretty far away from that warrior. So we're gonna have to see if he's able to stay away.
Yeah, Velsus is doing a really good job keeping his mana up. Actually, he's still at 10k mana after this amount of healing he's been putting out.
Yeah, for sure. The Pally is also pretty high in mana, so I mean it's pretty interesting. He does charge over there, gets a fear. Velsus is going to trinket that immediately, knowing this DK is taking quite a bit of damage. I believe there was a pet sack. No, he did save that. So good job, I guess, trinketing that. Maybe he could have saved it because he is pretty susceptible to a swap, but I think he knows that. He's going to try to stay far away, and looks like they just want to go back on this Paladin. There's a gnaw onto him. No dots just yet, I don't think, but You know, a lot of pressure on Jpeg, so he can't really be blamed for that. He was dipping down to about half HP. Kosticka, though, down about half HP while he's on the DK, who is also at half. So lots of pressure on these two melee right here.
Yep. DK is going to get picked up here though, as he has full hots up, and he's going to start throwing those death codes out offensively. And his palace actually still taking some damage here.
Yeah, looks like they're going to go right back onto Velsus. He had no trinket for that conch blow, but he was completely pre-hotted, so he was fine. Those warriors, though, taking so much damage. They're all kind of split up. Everyone on this Pally team is dipping pretty low. You know, they're all about 70%, but Pally doing a really good job picking them up. He does get grip down, though, and as you said earlier, save that freedom for the grip. He does a great job there. He's just freeing himself right out. You can tell why that's such a good idea, you know, just completely denying that swap. You know, and doing a really good job staying high on mana.
Yep, and he actually made the Shadow Cleave completely waste their Strangle as well, as he did strangle it right after the grip, but the Paladin was fast enough with his freedom and managed to run away.
Yep, there's the Div Favor coming out from that Pally, just trying to keep his team offensive. You know, he needs to top him up a little bit. The Ellie Shaman is low on mana now, so this could become an issue. Velsus is pretty low on mana as well, but the Ellie Shaman, you know, down to 3k mana, he just uses Thunderstorm, so he's not going to have any mana coming back into him, and he's having to actually heal himself up. What was that bop? He just bopped the Ellie Shaman, but no was on him, so
yeah,
not so sure about that, but maybe a misclick. But anyway, Kosticka down about 40% HP now, taking tons of damage. Pally does pop AM. He had to actually trinket there as well. So lots of cooldowns coming out. The Ellie Shaman is still low, having to spam Lesser Healing Wave. And, you know, they're going to be in trouble here if they can't get some pressure going, because this Ellie Shaman is completely oomy. He has 400 mana right now.
Yep. You do a lot of damage to Prot Warriors, because they do not wear a lot of resilience. They do have those PV parts to get the high ARP. So once you get your dots up on them, they're going to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, the Ellie Shaman is away getting a drink. They really need to watch that. I mean, no one's even running towards him. He's just keeping drinking. He's at he already just drank 8,000 mana, so that's a really big deal. You know, at least 30% of his mana bar just completely just drank back for free. Yeah, he's going to push back in here. He does actually trinket something. Goes for a big knockoff, knocks a DK down below. So their target, I'm not sure what it's going to be. This Ellie Shaman's playing pretty defensively though, throwing out a lot of healing waves. Maybe could be a little bit more aggressive here. I feel like they're in a pretty decent situation now. But you know, he did get a lot of mana back, so he's going to go for a Hex out on that DK. Does throw it out, but I'm sure it's going to get decursed pretty quickly. No, actually, he's not able to get it. He gets a conch blow onto that Druid. So really nice cross CC. Looks like they just want to go back on the Druid, but you know, Velsus really knows what's up. He has himself fully pre-hotted, so that swap is just going to do nothing.
Yep. Yeah, Velsus is playing a lot better right now with staying away from the Warrior than he did in the start. I guess he realized that he couldn't play that offensive.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like they're in pretty good position here, but we know that the Druid can die instantly at any time, so he's got to, you know, stay vigilant. He can't relax at all. The DK, though, now down to 30% HP. That goes into Frost Presence, you know, good defensive play, knowing he needs to reduce any damage that he can. He's going to keep moving back in. He's getting some pretty good hots. He's back in Unholy now, trying to get that pressure out, so he does get knocked down, but beautiful grip while he's in the air on the Ellie Shaman, pulling him down with him. Ellie Shaman was down about 50% HP, but he did get topped back up a little bit. He actually pre-Lichborn that Hex, immuning it, so really nice job, and Velsus is actually getting a big drink here, so that's pretty huge. Velsus is back on the other side of the map, drinking up, and the Ellie Shaman's down to 50% HP, 40% HP. Kosticka also at 30% HP, so really good job taking advantage of the pressure that they have, getting that mana back.
Reduce the Paladin pop a bubble there just to keep his teammates alive, and he's down to 4,000 mana into a Gnaw right now, so he's gonna struggle on mana in a bit here.
Yeah, Kosticka is taking so much damage too. There's really just no opportunity for him to go for that drink just yet. So we'll have to see what happens. But Rivendare down to 30% HP, does pop that AMS, Icebound Fortitude, you know, and just try to grips that Pally in, just trying to do some damage to him. But you know, the Pally got gripped into a Howlet's Hair. There's a Tremor Totem coming out from the Ellie Shaman though, gets him out. Ellie Shaman is down below right now, and he's at 50% HP, trying to heal himself back up with those Lesser Healing Waves. Nice knockoff, hits the DK, but not that effective because they are just on the ramp. You know, Rivendare does trinket that Shockwave. He's just going to try to stay offensive, just keep pumping out that damage, and you know, Jpeg also trinketed there. He's popping his Racial, just trying to get as much damage as he can out with it up.
Yep. The Jpeg's doing a really good job of keeping the pressure up, even though he's against an Elemental Shaman and a Warrior, so he's doing a really good job getting that pressure out.
Oh, a huge lava burst on a Jpeg. They're dipping down about 40% HP. Does have to actually pop his Battlemaster. You know, and the Druid is in a lot of trouble here too now. They have pressure going on both of them. Velsus is able to get away, but they're probably just going to swap right back onto Jpeg. Nice shock on his UA cast right there. It doesn't look like they want to go on him. Maybe just keep running after that warrior. But no, it looks like they're going to go onto the DK now. The warrior swapping over onto him, getting some devastates up, and then just hopping back over onto Jpeg, just kind of bouncing around, trying to shut down damage, keep some pressure up while the Paladin is going for a drink. The Paladin did get a little bit of mana, but Jpeg noticing that, going for the drain mana actually when he's low on mana. Really good idea there, just trying to keep him tapped. And he gets gripped in, so he could be in a lot of trouble here. He's only at 2,000 mana.
Yep, this instant freedom again. Velsus did actually innovate himself like a minute ago, so he's in a huge mana lead as a Paladin at 1,000 mana. Drinking with play up, is he gonna get stopped? He's getting stopped, he's loaded, down to 50% health. And he doesn't have bubble, he does have his trinket, but I'm not sure it's gonna save him right now. He's into a gnaw, is he gonna trinket the gnaw? He trinkets the gnaw and gets into a full strangle. He's in a really bad position here.
Yeah, that's not good for the Paladin.
And the server's about to lag out again, is it? What happened? What the fuck? Oh, it's a 12-minute game, the 12-minute hit, didn't it?
Oh wow, it expired. Yep, 12-minute game. That is
Wow.
that is gonna be frustrating for Jpeg and them. I mean, I feel like they were on the verge of winning there,
They
but
were so close to get that kill, definitely.
yeah. Another interesting thing is they did switch to Alliance. Looks like they're playing double.
They are WLD now.
Yeah, WLD.
Alright, so we're gonna see the warrior of Sage getting into play here. It's a very good warrior, so we're gonna see what he can do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do. I'm not sure how the warrior is going to do against this Prot warrior. I guess he's probably going to sit on the Ellie Shaman mostly. Jpeg, nice Shadow Flame onto the warrior, peeling him off. Just going to kind of get away, just try to get some dots out here. There's already the Elemental Mastery, a lot of damage coming out onto Velsus. He's down to 40% HP, 50% HP now, picking himself back up in a tree form after that silence. So good job at him. I'm interested to see what this warrior is going to do, though. It looks like he wants to go onto the Paladin, but Paladin is taking not very much damage, and the warrior already pops Recklessness, so he's really looking to go offensive here, but he's kind of getting kited. His Recklessness isn't really doing very much at all. Nice Earthbind Totem from the Ellie Shaman, kind of breaking that up, and then a Hex onto him as well. A Shockwave following that, his Recklessness just got completely wasted, and Velsus is in a lot of trouble here, down to 20% HP. There's the offensive Aura Mastery. His Ellie Shaman's just going to be able to spam cast into him. A DR Hodge onto Velsus as well, sitting at 30% HP. Kosticka is down about half, but he's going to be fine. And Velsus is now in a lot of trouble because he has to heal up Jpeg as well, and he's down to 40% HP. Got knocked out of range of his portal. He's not going to be able to port just yet. He could be in a lot of trouble.
Yep, and this you can see this warriors keep sitting in those Shaman roots, those Earth Grabs, so can't really help much.
Yeah, definitely can be pretty rough, but that's where the warrior is playing Gnome, trying to get at a couple of those perhaps, but he is sitting in a lot still. That Racial has a pretty long cooldown. The Paladin down about 60% HP. Looks like they're trying to put some damage into him. Kosticka sitting about 70%, just trying to spread the damage around a little bit. Everyone on Velsus' team is pretty much full HP right now, so he's doing a good job keeping them up. He does go for that Cyclone, gets LOS though, and he's Earth Grabbed out of range of them. Paladin did dip a little bit there, but he's able to quickly top himself back up. And I mean, look at his mana; it's so good right now. Velsus is probably gonna have to innervate pretty soon.
Yep. Yeah, Velsus down to almost 50% mana already, with the Paladins sitting at a good 75% or so. So he's definitely in the lead here. So see what happens.
Yep, you can see the Pally recognizing this could be a pretty long game, putting up that Blessing of Wisdom for some better regen. There is a spell lock onto the Ellie Shaman there. It did get locked. He does get a clone onto the warrior, so breaking up some of that damage, throwing out a Roots onto that as well. But it looks like he's just able to charge right out of that Roots with Warbringer, so that's pretty nice for him. He looks like he wants to connect onto Jpeg, gets a Fear onto Velsus. He has to trinket that, yep. And Jpeg's still in quite a bit of trouble. He's down to about 50% HP, taking a lot of damage into this Shockwave. But he should be fine. Velsus did trinket, but the risk now is them swapping back to Velsus, and he's already had to use his Innervate, and he's still at half mana.
Yep. Yeah, with only 2 ticks left to Innervate, he's actually back up to 18.6k mana though, so it's pretty good mana right now. Yeah, exactly.
But there is the stun onto him. He gets the Bark Skin up before the silence once again, so good job by him. But he's into a Shockwave, 20% HP, 30% HP, probably coming with Swift Pen. Yeah, he just helped himself up a little bit there, but the Ellie Shaman's still casting on him. He kind of ran back, luckily he wanted to get a Cyclone, but taking so much damage, I don't know if I agree with that. And the Ellie Shaman now, though, having to get bopped when that Blade Storm came out. Jpeg, though, taking a lot of damage as he's trying to go offensive, down to 30% HP. Silenced Shockwave, he cannot port just yet. Still down to about 50% HP, taking so much damage. There's the portal finally, and it looks like now they're just going to go right back on Velsus. His Hotset falling off, he's down in a Conclave, no Barks in, no Trinket, he's 40% HP, Silencing Shot, or Silencing Slam coming out of that. There's a DR Hodge, 10% HP. Is he going to go down here? And he does.